Hold up. Hey, what up, though? What up, everybody? It's your boy Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches. Let's get a mic check 1 2 1 3. Mic check 1 2 1 3. Let me know if you can hear your boy. Let me know if you hear your boy. All right, because we getting busy. We getting busy today. Let's go. I've been waiting all day to do this. I look forward to these. Hopefully y'all do too. I need a mic check 1 2 1 3. Give me a mic check if you hear me and if you see me. Volume's good. All right, I got the queens in the building. What's up? I'm gonna call you Queen Fee because saying your whole name is hard. So Queen Fee, I see you. Queen Shelly, I see you. Queen's in the building. Ace, I see you. All right, what's up, Nicole? I also see some KGU in the building. Do me a favor, wherever you are, whatever social media connection you have, whether it's Discord, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, just share the link. Let people know we're live. And is that a gray hair? Okay, nah. Let everybody know we're live. All right. I can't tag anymore. I've been blowing up the tags today, so we can't do that no more today. I've been trying to blow up accounts. What's up, Roll Life? Big dog in the building. Evening, fam. Hope everyone is good today. Eddie, KGU in the building. Can't really watch. Took the family to kids museums. Just really came to leave a like on the stream. Hopefully, Rel covers Nvidia. Much love, big dog. And just for that, I will make sure that I remember to cover Nvidia. Or somebody's just gonna ask about it, but we're gonna get into it. Have fun and enjoy your time with your family. That's most important. All right. I see you, Jimmy, Ruben, PayPal, and Nike. Let's get it. All right. Can you check target? Hey, y'all asking questions before the game starts. We already know how this works, especially if your name in green. What's up, boss? KGU in the building. All right. So we're not gonna waste no time. Today, I'm not doing Weatherman Rail because Weatherman Rail takes too much time. So we're not doing that today. Instead, the day this stream is trying to load up on tickers. All right, this is about getting through as many as we possibly can. Let's see if we can break a record. I think the most we've done is about 23, something like that. So I want to get through as many as we can, but of course we got to make sure that we're efficient. I know when to slow down. I know when to speed up. Because I know that some of you guys are trying to double up your due diligence. So you've done your own due diligence and now you're just trying to confirm. So when I'm speaking and I'm going through these charts, I got to make sure that I'm on point as much as possible with how quick we go through these. So I do slow down if something isn't as clear for a certain ticker. So just so you know, outside of that, I'm about to show you the gains, and I'm going to keep it a buck on a couple things, and then we're going to get into it. So have your tickers ready. If you're putting tickers in the chat right now, I'm not going to see them, right? I'm not scrolling back. It is what it is. Save your tickers for when you start the game with me, all right? So I'm going to show you the wins. We're going to cover them real quick, very fast, and then we're going to get right into the charts to see if we can set a record and see how fast we can get through these, all right? So SOFI kept getting into SOFI was playing games, but anyway, so check it out. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see the 300%. So if you know Netflix and CRISPR and other stocks, they tend to have a range, like their spread is a little wide, right? So as you can see at the bottom, CRISPR's bid is $330 and its ask is $390. Well, if I do that math, it's about 300% if I was able to sell CRISPR at the ask, right? Did I sell out of my position? No. I could have easily taken 300%, but I let the discords know that if we broke said level, I'm going to show you the level. If we broke that level with bullish momentum, then I see us continuing towards the upside. I did not see any representation of a bearish reversal, so I held my position. The worst thing that can happen is that it pulls back 70, 50, 80%, whatever, but I'm up. I'm happy. But I mean, the worst thing is it goes to zero, but I don't see it plummeting like that, but cross my fingers. But I am banking on this riding the wave up, and I will go over those levels. PayPal, I went over that Weatherman Rail, I want to say last Thursday. I can't remember if it was last Thursday or whatever video that was. So shout out to y'all who played PayPal. We had a follow-up video after the Thursday live stream, right? So yeah, PayPal was Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So Thursday, we had our live rapid fire chart analysis. We came across PayPal. I loved what I seen in the charts. So I had a follow-up live stream with the Discord members only, and we dove into PayPal, and I gave them specifics as far as where I'm entering and where my target is, and we knocked it out of the park. So again, if you want to be up on that stuff, then please consider becoming a member. All right. The INTC was another play from the rapid fire chart analysis, and the last thing that I want you to see is Netflix. Okay, so Netflix, I gotta own up to it. I lost this position, right? And you might say, well, Rel, how in the heck did you lose? How were you up $1,500 and then you went negative? Well, that's part of my problem with trading, but I'll say this. When I charted Netflix, I was waiting for confirmation under a level. And then if we gained that confirmation under that level, then I got into the position, hence where you see the 1550. Well, we came back to retest that level, to which I announced to the Discord, to which individuals were able to hop in and probably get a 20 to 30% gain off of that. They had a better entry than I did. But my target was like not where we were at. My target was much further down on Netflix. However, it reversed. I did see the liquidity, the sell side liquidity, but I kind of ignored some of the signs because we were still under my level, right? It wasn't until we broke that level with bullish momentum that I was like, okay, I got to put in the stop loss. I can't lose much more money. And it is what it is. There's a lesson to be learned there, and it's something that I've repeatedly done that I'm starting to realize. But I'll get into that probably in a training session or something like that. So I don't want to waste a lot of time. But shout out to everybody who ate. And let's see what we got. Roll Life, showing love with $20. I appreciate it, big dog. Thank you so much. Them alerts are fire. So what he's talking about, and we're going to be quick. What he's talking about is that, one, you get live alerts if you're a Megalodon. So if you're a Megalodon in our Discord, you get the alert trigger when I get alerted. So I chart my charts and I set my alerts. So when the market calls me and say, hey, Rel, hey, CRSP is about to take off. You might want to get into some calls. So I do that, right? So when I get that alert, my Discord gets that alert. When the Discord gets an alert, I do share 2 or more plays to KGU equally, right? However, we get more than just 2 plays a day. In the Discord, we get probably about 10, 5 to 10 sometimes not so much, but we take what the market can give us. And then I also give swing trades to the entire Discord as well. So if you want to get in on that, consider joining. But it's more than about plays. It's about community, and it's about growth, and it's about just learning how to do this, okay? The plays is they come. So that aside, I think that's it. Any questions, right? Before we get into it, because I got to break down what it is we do for those that have never been here before. So I think we got some chats that I'm gonna follow up on. Let's see here. My chats aren't working. Okay, Ranger Chip, for real. Thanks. Hey, much love. Okay, and the boss. Okay. All right, I see you. You do lives? Do lives what? JC, I think you asked a question inside of Discord too, but all right. So here's how it goes down, right? For those that are new, my name's Darrell. Stocks for real, sacrifice for riches. What we're gonna do, we're gonna move into the charts, where I'm going to display the charts on my screen. Once we get into the charts, I'm going to set a timer and start that timer. And typically the timer is about 25 minutes, okay? We might go to 30 because I'm skipping some other stuff that I normally cover, okay? Once I say go, right, I'm looking to the chat for tickers that you were interested in having some analysis done to, okay? So when you are listing these, right, you are telling me what the ticker symbol is, and then you are you don't have to, but it's helpful if you can tell me if you have a bias towards the upside, downside, if you're in a position, if you're looking for a long-term hold, you really want calls or puts, whatever it is, just give me some indication of what you're looking for, but keep it short and sweet. Ticker and then task, or you know what you're trying to figure out. If you are in green, that means that you are a Discord member or a YouTube member of Sacrifice for Riches. You get priority on the tickers. If you're a KGU, that means your name isn't green necessarily, but KGU is home for me. So that means that if you put hashtag or just KGU with your ticker, then you're also priority. Okay, everybody else, hey, along for the ride. You can chat, but the only way you can chat is if you hit that subscribe button. So please hit the like, hit the subscribe. That's all I ask. And then we're gonna get busy. All right. All right. So the likes, I'm all about the likes. If you can do that for me, great. Because ultimately, if somebody, I'm not a millionaire, okay? I'm far from it, but I have a lot of information that I've gathered in this market. So if somebody was telling me that I'm going to give you $1 million worth of game, and the only thing you have to do is press a button, best believe I'm pressing a button. So please do me a favor and get the likes up for your boy. This is like the only time I really go live. So shout out to 55% of you killing the game and getting coming up somewhere, right, with some stock. 27% on CRISPR, 18% on PayPal, 0 on Intel. It is what it is. Yep. All right. Sounds good. All right. So without further ado, if you are ready, put a 1 in the chat. If you are ready, and if you have a ticker in mind, put a 1 in the chat, and we're gonna get busy. Gotta get busy. I'm gonna start off slow. Start off a little slow. I always start off a little slow, and then I pick up steam. But while we're getting these 1s in the chat, I gotta get used to these buttons. I'm gonna go ahead to the screen. So just real quick, CRISPR, we called it down here at the demand zone swing. I said that if we were to pump through demand, right, we can confirm above this level. It's essentially we grabbed it as soon as volume picked up as we came through demand, and then we rode the wave all the way up. Despite all these pullbacks, we did not waver on the goal, and the goal was this was our take profit target. And those that missed CRISPR, this is what I put out to everybody, and I'm gonna put this, I'm not gonna put it in there right now, but this is actually a position or a level to which you can get in that we closed above. And then what's our take profit target? Believe it or not, 105.53. That's insane, I know, but if we hit that, it's a wrap. We will see. All right, so without further ado, let me take a sip. Let me take a sip. So we're gonna start at 30 minutes, okay? Hopefully you understand the rules. Hopefully we can get busy. All right, so this is Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches, Rapid Fire, Chart Analysis. Let's go. Boom. There we go. All right, feed me tickers. What we got? Y'all supposed to have bullets in the chamber. When I tell y'all these tickers have been hitting home runs, it's been insane. Okay. ORCL, shout out to KGU. Hernandez, Queen Hernandez. All right, so Oracle, we've touched on Oracle a couple times. I'm gonna zoom out and see where we are on the charts, and then see what's your details. Queen Hernandez says, I want to do more calls. Made 2,500 today on a 1010 call. All right, shout out to you. Okay, so you want to do more calls. Well, you did great, because we said that our range for this is 275.30 to 315.85. So the moment that you seen this bounce, and I assume that once we were in the 15, if I go to the 15-minute time frame or 5-minute even, it's probably going to give us some indication that we have a reversal. Sure enough, I mean, this is a pause in a trend. Okay, then you get like this. This is more of an indication, but nonetheless, this is our level. Okay, so shout out to you for getting in. And if you're trying to ride calls at this point, I would not be looking here. I mean, I just don't like to trade in the middle of this. Now, you have two ways you can do this. You can do a breakout strategy, right? Where if you break $289.91, then and confirm, then I can say, okay, well, let's look for calls to right here, which would be at 293.32. That would be my first take profit target, and then my max take profit target would be 295.30. Of course, if we break above 295.30, then who knows where you're going, right? We know where the ceiling is. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that and move on from Oracle. What we got? Target. Hey, one at a time, big dog. You getting one. You're getting one. Greedy. He greedy. My man gave me 5 tickers in one comment. All right, so what do we say? We're in a descending triangle, right? So now we just went over a lot of this in our live training session. Okay, if you're a part of the live training, shout out to you. If you're not, then hey, sign up, become a member of KGU or Sacrifice for Riches. We do live training and trading sessions. So what are you trying to do with target? I didn't get much details. The only thing I can tell you is that we are in this pattern still. So until we break out of it, we're kind of where we are. But if we zoom in, we are at a demand zone. So we're actually pretty happy right here. Okay, what do I mean by happy? I'm gonna get rid of this. I mean that at this demand zone at 84.64, I would love to pick up calls or start my entry here on calls. Okay, this right here, this purple box right here, this is the imbalance zone for this level of demand. So it's like a buy side imbalance. So that would actually be an entry, early entry at 85.64, but you need to be waiting for price action to give you signs for a reversal. As of right now, on the daily, there's no visual indicator saying that we're going to reverse towards the upside. As of right now, this looks just like retracement. If I were to zoom in, I have no idea. I'll have to study this a little bit, but short term, no, long term, it doesn't look like it's going long right now. It looks like it's just retracing. All right, moving on. All right, moving on. What we got? AM? Nope, I can't do AMD yet. KGU, TTD. Who is this? Josh Roche, TTD, the Trade Desk Inc. All right, so man, hopefully you caught, because we did call the demand zone right down here. Then we called the imbalance for the buy side imbalance. So we have multiple possibilities to enter a call on this, and look where it ended up. That is our, oh, is that not, oh, we didn't put a target on here. We have a max target of 65.13. So essentially, if you're looking to play this, you are now in this uptrend. Let me zoom out to see what we got on a longer time frame. All right, and see if we broke any type of patterns. Okay, so we're pretty much doing like a gap fill, and we're likely to come to retest this this opening gap here of $56, $57. Okay, So I would be paying close attention to this level, and you would want to see some bullish momentum through it and for it to not fall back below it. So this level right here at $57, this is where I would personally be looking to enter calls to ride it up to $65.13. Also, this is where you can look for puts. If you're rejected at $57, you have to pay attention to price action at this level. And I don't know the contracts, but I might be interested in this stock for an options trade. But moving on, what we got? WULF, Leap Calls by Queen Shelly. All right, WULF, TeraWulf Inc. Man, I wish I invested into this company earlier, but I need to do more research, and that's the only reason why I didn't like buy stocks or shares, because I don't have much research on the company, right? So I kind of did a pause. So I want you to pay attention to something on this. Now, you said that you're looking for leap calls. As of right now, it actually, I mean, I see this uptrend, but I also can't ignore other things that I see. So as we're going up, right, what's happening to volume? Volume's going down. So you have, divergence. So you have divergence. So this is showing you that likely, you know, the buyers are losing steam and the sellers are stepping in. Now, I'm gonna put y'all on game real quick, and then we're gonna continue. But you can look up an indicator on TradingView. It's called Quadro Volume Profile, right? This is pretty dope because it tells you if you're buy heavy or sell heavy. So who's aggressive? So on the left side of this is a quick schooling, okay? Quick class. On the sell side, everything that's green, these are buyers that are bidders, right? This is they are the absorbers of the sellers, right? So this is absorption. This is passive, right? This is aggressive. This side can be green. This represents aggressive sellers right now. If this was green, it would be aggressive buyers. There would be more people buying the mid and the ask and volume kind of pumping in. So as you can see, we have a level of aggressive sellers. So if we fall below $11.39, then it's going to be a nice tug of war match, as you can see with the with the consolidation. And if we go beyond that and actually fall to the supply zone back into, what is this, $9.34, then look out below, because you're headed all the way back down to $5.56. Be careful with TeraWulf with where it is now. The buyers really need to step in, and they have not done so yet. All right, so moving on. What do we got? Hit the like, hit the subscribe, please, and thank you. All right, KGU on Apple. Who is that? Man, look, Lewis. You're also a member of the Discord, so you don't need to. Hey, represent KGU too. I love it. Let's go. All right. So let's zoom out on Apple. Apple is hitting a double top right now, right? So we already know kind of how that works. Essentially, you're trying to break a level, right? And find confirmation above. We called Apple down here for this breakout, as you can see, and we kind of predicted where it was going to end up, right? We already did this. Great. So now this is a pretty straightforward situation. You're looking for price action around this level, and you're hoping that it breaks. If it doesn't and it fails to, then you know what time it is. We're looking for price action to bring us back down. As far as levels and stuff like that goes, you're probably looking to bring it back down to 250 before it continues towards more downside. But we can get into some details on that trade later. Okay. Let's see. Apple, I actually like it, so I'm going to go ahead and set an alert so the market can call me about Apple. All right, what do we got next? All right, so let's get a couple people that is not Discord on here. We got Nicole on AMD. All right, what do we got on AMD? So of course, as you can already see, we worked these charts. We had our downtrend, we broke it, and then we came into a trading zone, and here we are with AMD. So this was a key level for us to break. This was a 4-hour supply zone at 167. So right now we are bullish on AMD. What we would love to see is for AMD to come back down to retest this level right here at 167.28. If we can see a bounce at this level, then we're likely to run up to 175.60. Okay, and then beyond that, our max take profit target is going to be 184.37. I hope this helps you. All right, so but I want you to see what's going on. You are in, hold on, there's a lot of noise here, so I apologize. Let me see if I can delete some noise. Okay, but do pay attention to the patterns that I'm teaching you guys. Okay, do pay attention to the patterns, because they don't form perfectly, but you have a pattern here that's potentially forming. So you just need to be aware of things like this. Okay, this very well could fall back below into the supply zone, and if it does, then it's coming back down to at least this demand zone of 156, or all the way down to 148.07 for potential false breakdown. Okay, so this is kind of what we're looking at. We need to break this structure, and hopefully we can ride it up to the top. All right, so AMD is done. What do we got next? LYFT, LYFT, LYFT Inc. All right, we're talking about self-driving cars now. So we've already ran this one too, right? When I'm telling y'all that these are hidden, you're seeing how we're calling these. Like, I have not deleted anything. These are from rapid fires, likely. Yeah, this is a rapid fire chart. So we were hoping to break through or into the supply zone. We said that if we had bullish momentum through 1856, then this is a strong chance for us to ride to the top to at least $21.58. We gapped up over it. We came back down to retest it, and we're finding strength above this level. So we love to see it for LYFT. Now, the question is where we're going. Now, one thing that you need to know is that you do have this gap here. Okay, most of my gaps are highlighted in gray, and if it's a downside gap, then I'll put like a red box around it. So that just lets you know what's going on. That means that not a lot of buying and selling in this area, right? You literally need like somebody to step up. Buyers need to step up aggressively to push through this. So you got to pay attention to volume profile. You got to pay attention to price action. And if we can break inside of this box, which starts at $23, and confirm above this, then we have a strong chance to ride in this at least a halfway up the box at $26.39, and then the top at $30. If we make it all the way to the top, I wouldn't be surprised if we continue on to the upside. Okay, I don't know what's going on with LYFT, but it's looking pretty bullish right now based on what I can see here. All right, moving on. What else we got? SMCI, KGU. Who is this? Victor Rivers, Super Micro Computers. Okay, so of course we've done this. We've already seen how everything's playing out. Now we are in a position, right? We are in a neutral position, which is power for the course for SMCI. We're gonna have this structure, and it's going to respect it. It's pretty often in common for SMCI to create a structure and respect it, right? So I would just say be careful, okay? Because top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. So what you see here is looking like a pennant a little bit here, because you have higher lows and lower highs, and you're pretty much facing upward. So typically, if you're bullish going into a pennant, or if you're bullish going into a neutral candlestick pattern, you typically are looking for a breakout, okay? A continuation to the upside. It's not guaranteed, right? But just be careful. If it does break out to the upside, then it's likely going to ride it to $62.90 with a max take profit target of about $66.49 before it may retrace or reverse on you, okay? So just be careful with SMCI. All right, what else we got? Hey, shout out to Victor becoming a member, channel supporter. Just so you know, channel supporter, you don't really have much access. That's just you showing love and for the channel and supporting the community. So I appreciate you. If you want access to like trainings and things like that, then I would strongly consider becoming an Orca Angler Megalodon, okay? That's where you get a lot more benefits. What else we got? Let's see if I can get anybody here that is not KGU. Ranger Chip says JD calls. All right, what's JD? What's JD? JD is JD.com sponsor 80. I don't know what this is, but we have volume and we have some action. So we're gonna chart it up for our boy. All right. So we had a double top. We fell down and broke the neckline and we came back up right on the longer time frame. So let's see here. We do have. Oh, what's going on? Now this one might require me to zoom out a little bit, okay? Because there's more to it, and I want to make sure I'm doing you right here, okay? Okay. 36, bottom is 19, high is 45. Okay, so we're going to not guesstimate something, and we're just gonna we're gonna find the zone, the trading zone here, okay? And then I'm gonna kind of lay it up, okay? Okay. I'm trying to give you some key levels just to look out for on this. And so essentially, I mean, it's pretty easy to see that this is your ceiling, right? At $45.28. Now why, I'm not going to get into some details, but anyway, that's your ceiling. And if you can tell, you are actually in a structured formation, okay? It's not going to be perfect all the time. This is an ascending triangle, right? So with an ascending triangle, typically this is a special, hold on, this is a neutral position as well, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta double check my cheat sheet, right? So you're likely to come back and break down and retest 3262 before it actually makes a move towards the upside if it has bullish news or whatever, right? If you fall below 3262, then likely you're going to be bearish on this play. That's all I can say right now. Not knowing much about, it doesn't matter about the company. That's my analysis. All right. Hey, shout out to you for upgrading, big dog. I'll see you over there. Make sure you check out the playlist for the Megalodons. There's a bunch of information that's over there from live training that we've done, and then got more live training to come. Okay. What do we got? CHYM ticker symbol, right? That is swinging calls for queen feet. All right, this is CHYM Chime Financial. All right, so this looks like they recently IPO'd this year, and they've been on a straight up free fall, right? So you're something like this. Okay, I got you. So the first thing I do, I'm not going to teach much, but the first thing I do is try to figure out what my trading zone would have been, right? By identifying potential support resistances, right? But of course, this being a free fall, nothing's really solid. That's fine, but we need something to go off of, right? We need some foundational view of this chart so we can try to predict where it's going next, okay? All right, I'm pretty good at doing that, predicting where the stock is going next. I don't know. Yeah, well, that's just practice. All right, so this is what I'm seeing right here. Right now, you're still technically bearish on this play because you did form another level of supply, and that is going to be at this level right here, ranging from, what is this, 24.29 down to 22.76. So I'm going to go ahead and tag this as a swing trade supply zone, right? Now, what we would love to see, some bullish momentum through this level. And then if we can see that and find support at this baseline, then we're looking for it to come and touch the top of this around 24.29. From there, you're paying attention to price action. Is it going to reverse? Is it going to falsely break out? Whatever. If it doesn't falsely break out and it actually, or falsely breaks down and instead it breaks out and up, then you're waiting for confirmation if you so choose, or you can get in on the momentum and ride the wave up with a stop loss within the parameters of the supply zone. Okay, so essentially, if we break back above $23.20, then we're likely to run up to $28.18, and then so on and so forth. These are leap options on this play. Towards the downside, I mean, I can give you a quick bottom, but I don't know if it's really worth the time. But this is just hypothetical, but we're saying the bottom is going to be about 18.12. All right. Now, what I would do is look up, understand what PE ratio is, and then figure out what the true value of the company should be, and then kind of predict from there, right? Everybody shout out to Victor for becoming the newest Megalodon. One thing I'm going to do is go with Nvidia, because we had somebody that's at the museum with their family. Shout out to KGU. Still tuning in to show love and hit that like button for me. So I got to make sure that I take care of that gentleman. All right. So Nvidia. Whew. Right. So we have a tag, right? I have my ceiling of an Nvidia 187.98. Now, I broke this down well before we reached this point, as you can see with the annotations and even messaging here, right? We have our plays. We made money on Nvidia on the way up. So I spoke to us approaching this level and us looking for potential pullback for us to then short Nvidia, because it's been on an absolute rocket. So will it happen? Of course we don't know. So this is what I'll say, right? We broke above my level of 187.98. I'm zoomed in on 1 hour. As we broke through, we're starting to gain some momentum a little bit, but then we started to have smaller bodies and bigger wicks. That is indecision. That's telling you that sellers are stepping in, and that's telling you that we're pulling back, right? There might be a little sell-off, right? So as of right now, we are still above this level. In my opinion, we're not technically confirmed above this level, right? Confirmation for me would be another strong green body wick above this with a strong, another solid body, more body than wick. So like this, if this was a full body candle or something like that, or if I see price action candle at the bottom of this, I don't see that right now. Now, one thing I do see is a potential for a morning star, right? And that's this right here, okay? So this is a sign of a potential, hold up, demand, all right? So this is a sign of a potential demand zone, right? So if we can close with a nice strong body wick right here, then this is acting as the confirmation that we were waiting for, right? And that tells us that Nvidia is about to be on an absolute rocket. Now you might see Nvidia come back down first to retest this level, which would be great. This is exactly where we would want to pick it up. We might fall through this level, right? And then hit my level of 187.98 and rocket back into it, right? And rocket right through it. We love when this happens because that's momentum, and we know that buyers are living here, right? We know that it's like playing Mario Kart and hitting that ramp, that booster ramp, and that's what happens. So we'll love to see something like this occur. Will it happen? I don't know, but look for entry around 188.64 on Nvidia on a pullback if this can be solid green. Hopefully that makes sense. Where is it going next? I'll get into that later with my Discord. We're gonna have a follow-up live after this. All right, what we got? Yo, SOFI, JC. Oh, we love some SOFI. All right, so SOFI has been dancing at this level. It's a critical level at 26.15. We've been waiting for it to confirm below so we can ride the wave down, because I do think SOFI is probably going to fall all the way down to this 4-hour demand zone of $24.67. Why do I think that? Well, because SOFI's earnings is coming up on the 28th of October, if I'm not mistaken. And what do we know about earnings? Traditionally, market makers or institutions, they try to suppress the stock or manipulate the stock, right? So if SOFI is starting to fall down, then retail investors, right, are likely to sell out of their positions. A lot of people are in profit with SOFI, and the buyers, they are looking for the sellers. So That's what you're seeing going on right now with SoFi. SoFi is being suppressed. It's being manipulated. We're trying to get it. They're trying to push it down only for it to rocket on a strong earnings call. Okay. I do think we triple beat on SoFi, and I do think they're going to knock it out of the park, and we're probably going to hit about $45 a share. Will it happen the day of earnings? I don't think so, but hey, look alive. That's all I can say. It's look alive and be ready. If you're trying to add SoFi as a position, I don't think it's too late to get into SoFi. I would have started to enter or dollar cost average my position at $26.15. And then my next one, I would be loading the boat around this level right here of the 4-hour demand. A third of what I mean by load the boat, it's like a third of my position that I'm trying to achieve would probably go into this, right? So up here, probably an eighth of my position. Down here, you know, probably a third, right? And then down here, I'm probably just loading the boat, right? The closer we can get to $20 in SoFi, the stronger the stronger the chance that you should be, you do you, but I would be loading up. Now, in a perfect world, if SoFi can fall all the way down to $19.79, then that is money, right? That is 100% money. I am grabbing leaps galore. Like, I'm putting five stacks probably at minimum if we come down here and show signs of a reversal, just so you know. All right, moving on. What else we got, right? Hopefully this is helpful. If this is helpful, put a fire emoji in the chat and let me know that y'all still paying attention. All right. All right. Y'all done slowed up on me. I'm trying to hit a ticker. All right. Y'all don't got tickers for me. I got tickers for y'all. INTC. All right. Whew. Look at that. We were in these calls. So I was stopped out recently on my runner. Man. Okay. All right. Well, we kind of broke every level on INTC, and we're in this is a technical uptrend, right? Where you get higher highs and higher lows. So what do we do with this? We draw a parallel channel. Right? And then we identify our higher highs and higher lows. And I'm going to correct this a little bit. Okay. Notice that my parallel channels has a white and red. Everything is kind of unified, right? What's the word I'm looking for? My color codes are the same pretty much with what I'm doing. Okay, so that way there's no confusion when I just take a peek at a chart. So what do you see, right? You see higher highs, higher lows. So what does this tell you? If you're looking to enter Intel, then we're patiently waiting for this to come back down to pick us up on this ascending line of support, which would be around $34.99. Now, is that guaranteed? Not necessarily, but we can figure out if there's any type of support, demand, or anything like that that might hint at that being a possibility. I want y'all to notice one thing on Intel. As we're going up, volume candles for buyers are strong. As we're going down, look, there's less bodies and more wicks. So sellers have never gained control, and this is telling you the whole story right here. Same on the way up. Buyers are 100% in control of this. Now with Intel, you might not make it all the way down here because we have a lot of buying pressure and a lot of interest in here. So you might make it to here, which is a level of demand, which is going to be at about 36.20. So if Intel falls to 36.20, that would be a potential entry for a call, but you need to be paying attention to price action. It could break through and then break up and out, but be paying attention. I do have that market on my calendar because I am interested in Intel riding that wave up, because we just ran it almost 300% on Intel. Let's keep it moving. Right, what we got? Oh, the fire emojis. I love to see it. Let's go. Hey, I need more people in these live streams. I feel like this is such a good live, and there's so much money made out of this live that we need to spread the word. All right, MU, Josh, my timer just went off. I'm gonna go with what's left, and then go from there. All right. So Micron Technologies. Okay. Whew, this is on a slingshot. On a slingshot. Okay. Well, what's cool about this is that we kind of know. Let's see how much time it was spent in this area. 1 second with Micron. I know this is an investable company, so I like to slow down when I see things like this. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's set up my zones, right? So I have to find my floor and I have to find my ceiling, right? So the trading zone for this would have been here for me, okay? And we've since broke through that zone with no problem, right? So Micron Technology, you got to be careful. We had a nice bullish breakthrough of this ceiling of 175.62, but notice like the candles are thinning. This is a perfect, these are doji candles. These are indecision candles. So traditionally, after a strong move towards the upside, these actually gives you about a 60% chance of a reversal from here. Is it guaranteed? No. I don't see a follow-up candle, a red strong body or anything like that that's representing a sell-off. So, but do be careful because this can reverse on you. And that's great because we would love for it to come back to retest 175.62. If Micron Technologies, right, this is what it did. If it does this, up, we broke out, up, we broke down, then we showed price action stating that we're probably not going to cross this line again. Well, when you know where we're going, okay? So be careful on this reversal. It might not reverse, right? It might not reverse, and that's fine. And if it doesn't, then we have a new ceiling, right? But I do think that likely if we were to continue, we would find some chop right here around 187.05, okay? I'll see what's left on the screen for the chat, and then we'll summarize this up, all right? Ooh, we on fire. We on fire. All right. Shelly calls. Queen Shelly is looking for NVTS calls. That's Navitas Semiconductor Corporation. All right. Ooh, we already worked this. I love it when we work these plays because we can see how we called it, right? It pretty much worked the way we wanted, the way we thought it was going to work, right? It broke down and then it didn't quite make the demand zone, right? Instead, it hit a key level of 572, false breakdown, and then it went into this imbalance, okay? This is a buy-side imbalance from way back here, okay? So we're at a point right now where we actually have supply right above this level. So, and we're forming a doji at the top of an uptrend. So we got to be careful and we got to figure out what's happening with this candle here to follow, right? So a doji at the top of the uptrend, we just talked about what that means. So I'm not looking at calls on this until we confirm above 839, and even then it might be a short ride up to 887. So I don't know how these contracts look, but it might not have enough juice on, like a juice might not have enough juice left in that fruit for it to continue going up. Sorry for the stuttering, but yeah, this is crazy. All right, so the only thing I would say is that I would be a lot more confident if we can break above this supply zone that I found, okay, of 951, and then from there, it looks like we'll be in a new channel, right? And we'll talk about that later. All right, it looks like, yeah, there's a potential for a move up. Okay, all right, what else we got? Who's that? Jay, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. It really supports the channel and it's massive love. Every dollar is humbling for me, so thank you so much for your contributions and being here. Okay, all right, so what did we talk about? What did we cover? Let's talk about it. We covered, hold up, we covered. Somebody count these out for me. NVTS, Navitas Semiconductor. We covered MU, Micron Technologies, INTC, Intel Corporation, SOFI Technologies, Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA, Chime Financial, ticker symbol CHYM, JD.com, ticker symbol JD, Super Micro Computers, ticker symbol SMCI, LYFT Inc., ticker symbol LYFT, Advanced Micro Devices, ticker symbol AMD, Apple Inc., ticker symbol AAPL, TeraWulf Inc., ticker symbol WULF, The Trade Desk, ticker symbol TTD, Target Corporations, ticker symbol TGT, Oracle Corporations, ticker symbol ORCL, CRISPR Therapeutics, ticker symbol CRSP. Let's go. Killed the game. Tell me how many is that? Hold on, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We hit 16. Hey, that's pretty solid. Shout out to y'all for contribution, because you guys are the engine that makes this live stream go. Absolutely dope. I'm happy that you enjoyed this live, Josh. Thank you for being here. Tune in every Thursday for the lives. Just so y'all know, you're gonna start seeing more short videos from me that are educational based, okay? I can't get too far away from why I do this in the first place, and that's helping new traders, okay? So a lot of the live training sessions that I've done with my Discord, we're gonna cut those up. That way we're still teaching a little bit to the public, because I don't do a lot of that content, just because it just takes time, right? It takes time to edit and do all this other stuff. So I much rather teach my Discord live behind the scenes, and then cut that up, and then teach the community little bits and pieces there. And of course, if y'all want the entire or the full experience, consider clicking the link pinned to the top to join Sacrifice for Riches. If you are a member of KGU and you are not a doctorate member, then I think you're missing out. Now, if you're goated and you're doing your thing, shout out to you. But if you have not learned everything, and you know that there's always something to learn, and you are looking for continued growth, then I would highly recommend upgrading to the doctorate, right? DM me, my DM is open. Stocks for Rail, Swing Trade Rail, or at Stocks for Rail in KGU, and I'll send you the link to upgrade for the live training and live trade sessions. Game is given all day, every day there. All right. So any questions, always leave 5 minutes at the end of these sessions for questions. Okay. Last week we ended the session, and then we went right into Discord live stream, where the Discord members didn't have to move or leave. YouTube has this thing that just transitioned us over, which is great. And then that's when we delved into PayPal, and that's how we ran it up 450%, because we dialed in after this live stream. We did the same thing with CRISPR, and now we're gonna do the same thing. I gotta remember what stock I'm looking at right now. It might be Nvidia. I gotta figure out which one I wanna swing here, but we will see. Link for doctorate. Okay. All right, I got you, big dog. Give me one moment. I'll send you the link. I'll add the link to the chat for KGU. I tell y'all, it's insane. I mean, you just got so much. You got so much. I don't need to sell it, because it is what it is. I think I've spoken up to this. So this is a live. That's the upgrade for KGU if you're KGU. For CRISPR, is it too late to enter? Shelly, we're going to talk about it after the stream. So we're going to see, how do I do this? 1 second. Members only live. We're going to do that, and I'm going to include all members, and we're just going to start in 5 minutes. So that means that y'all don't need to go anywhere. Second. Oh man, come Come on. Schedule. All right. So trying to get my scene back proper. 1 second, y'all. Having technical difficulties. There we go. All right. So in 5 minutes, this stream will automatically convert over to a members only live stream. So if you want to be a part of that, then follow the link at the top of the comment and join up, because we're gonna dig in and see if we can find another 400% banger. Maybe we will, maybe we won't, but we're gonna talk about it. Oh, Josh, if I didn't say thank you already, thank you. Okay, I really appreciate it. All right. Any questions before we move over to the members only? Because it's going to happen automatically. Now I got to do my fantasy roster. All right. Still time left on the timer. We got 1 minute left on the timer before I'm done answering questions. Man, how many views did we get? I'd hope a lot, but we probably, probably still not there. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's see the analytics. So we got 28 likes, which shout out to y'all. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. And we got a new member. So shout out to our newest member, Victor. Hey, Victor, if you're still here, the link to the Discord is on the members tab in YouTube. Okay, so go to the members tab and then look for the latest link, and then it'll be there. If it's not, or if the link doesn't work, just DM me or add me or whatever, okay? Or just write in the comments, need a link for Discord, and I'll take care of it, okay? How did y'all not beat the Cowgirls? Man, don't even bring that up, dude. Hey, I swear it feels like an L. We did not win that game. The Cowgirls, they felt like winners for tying it up. And I felt like Ricky Bobby. I didn't know what to do with my hands. I was straight up like this. So stop bringing up old stuff. Hey, it's still an open wound. Well, now it's reopened. Go Niners. All right. Hey, Christian McCaffrey's on my team. It's on my fantasy team. As long as they give him the ball, go Niners. But when you play my Packers, all right, we got y'all number now. Y'all got no receivers. All right. Shout out to the NFL fans. All right. So like I said, this is going to kick over to members only. It's going to do it automatically. So when it happens, it's just going to happen. Again, if y'all want to be a part of the live stream, please kick over to, hit the link and consider becoming a member. The lowest member tier you can join to get in the Discord is Minnows. Okay? But to get all the training access or whatnot, it's higher tiers. Hey, shout out to Queen Hernandez. Hey, so we're going over to the live.